Scale, proportion, and quantity is the third cross-cutting concept for the K-12 Science Framework for Education. This presentation will teach about the concept and how to integrate NAEP questions into lessons to teach the cross-cutting concepts. The third cross-cutting concept focused on different types of measurement. In considering phenomena, it is critical to recognize what is relevant at different measures of size, time, and energy to recognize how changes in scale, proportion, or quantity affect a system's structure or performance. When studying science, we teach students to look at phenomena with different lenses or perspectives. One of those perspectives is often the scales from which we examine something. From a human perspective, one can separate three major scales at which to study science: macroscopic scales that are directly observable, scales that are too small or fast to observe directly, and those that are too large or too slow. Once students learn to measure or quantify something and consider the scale, they can then begin to compare different aspects of phenomena. At a basic level, in order to identify something as bigger or smaller than something else, and how much bigger or smaller, a student must appreciate the units used to measure it and develop a feel for quantity. National Assessment of Educational Progress, or NAEP, is used around the country to determine how states are doing compared to other states in particular content areas. They are done through online testing. The NAEP release practice questions can be used by teachers as they see fit. NAEP questions are useful to use in lessons and assessments to help students get comfortable with the format and learn strategies to advance their own learning. The Next Generation Science Standards, which use the K-12 framework as a guide, developed a concept progression for different grades. They aligned some content standards or core ideas with the cross-cutting concepts. The developers of the NGSS did not identify a performance standard that aligns with the standards. However, the following two slides identify two NAEP items that do fit with standards in the K-12 Science Framework for Education. Teachers may find other NAEP items that also help teach and assess the K-12 framework. For questions 1 through 3, refer to the topographic map below, which shows Willow Hill, elevation 312 feet, and Hobbs Creek. On the map, each contour line represents 20 feet of elevation. What is the elevation at point X? A, 240 feet, B, 250 feet, C, 280 feet, or D, 300 feet. Teachers may use this as part of a unit assessment, individual or partner work, or as part of a class discussion. This particular question asks students to find the elevation of point X on the topographic map. Help students orient to the map. How many different ways can students find the correct answer to the question? Start at the top of the hill and count down. Start at the line marked 200 and count up. Eliminate which answers do not make sense. Cross-cutting concept scale, proportion, and quantity focuses on determining the correct number in this specific problem. It could also lend itself to explore different distances on the map. A student wants to know whether two cups hold the same volume of water. The two cups have different weights, in parentheses, masses. The student completely fills cup 1 with water. The student wants to measure if cup 2 holds the same volume of water. What should the student do next to complete the measurements? A. Completely fill cup 2 with water and then look at the cups side by side. B. Pour half of the water from cup 1 into cup 2, weigh each cup, and then compare their weights. C. Pour all the water from cup 1 into cup 2 to see if the water completely fills cup 2 without spilling over. D. Completely fill cup 2 with water. Weigh each filled cup and then compare the weights. This question is asking students to think through the experimentation process to compare the volume of two different cups. The composition and shape of the cups does not matter, but this could be a useful discussion with students. What is the question really asking? By the end of second grade, students should be familiar with different ways to measure objects. Students can work through the possible solution to eliminate ones that will not answer the question. Which measurement do we need to find? Volume. In grades 3 through 5, students recognize natural objects and observable phenomena exist from the very small to the immensely large. They use standard units to measure and describe physical quantities such as weight, time, temperature, and volume. Support and argue that the apparent brightness of the sun and stars is due to their relative distances from Earth. Students in grades 3 through 5 focus on being able to describe and compare objects and phenomena based on measurement. This NAEP item requires students to graph the daily population growth of two different species of the protozoan Paramecium over the period of a week. Teachers might use this lesson as a way to introduce or reinforce math concepts, make predictions about the shape and curve of the lines. This NAEP item requires students to retrieve information from the table provided and to understand percentages. If you have not yet covered percentages, you might find it helpful to display different pie charts highlighting percentages as a visual tool for your students. Class or partner discussion. What do we already know about how the size of particles might make a difference in how fast water can flow through soil? Have you ever seen this before? What happened? Do our personal observations match the data in the table? Describing the relationship could be structured as a claim and evidence statement. What happened? What is our evidence? In grades 6 through 8, students observe time, space, and energy phenomena at various scales using models to study systems that are too large or too small. They understand phenomena observed at one scale may not be observable at another scale, and the function of natural and design systems may change with scale. They use proportional relationships, speed as the ratio of distance traveled to time taken, to gather information about the magnitude of properties and processes. They represent scientific relationships through the use of algebraic expressions and equations. Conduct and investigate to provide evidence that living things are made of cells, either one cell or many different numbers and types of cells. The big ideas here are using models and proportions to construct meaning. Two dogs pull on a flat bottom sled with forces of equal magnitude in the directions indicated by the arrows below. The dot represents the sled. Which arrow best represents the direction of motion of the sled? This NAEP item asks students to determine the direction of a sled based on two different forces. Which laws of motion best help us to complete this item? How do you know? Is there a way we can test the problem? From the diagram, what do we know about the sizes of the two forces? How does this help us answer the question? How will the position of the sled change based on the size and direction of the forces? The figure below shows a 2-kilogram object. A 10-Newton force pushes the object horizontally across a level flat surface. The frictional force that results from contact with the surface produces a 2-Newton force that opposes the direction of the object's movement. Calculate the net force of the object in newtons. Show your calculations. Calculate the acceleration of the object in meters per second squared. Show your calculations. Students are required to calculate the net force and acceleration. Restate Newton's laws of motion. Use diagrams as needed to help students visualize what's going on in the problem. What atoms combine to make up a molecule of water? A. 1 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. B. 1 hydrogen, 2 oxygen. C. 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. Or D. 2 hydrogen, 2 oxygen. Review the chemical formula for water. What clues can we find in the formula to help answer the question? Take it one step further. Try it with another chemical, such as methane or sugar. In grades 9 through 12, students understand the significance of a phenomena is dependent on the scale, proportion, and quantity at which it occurs. They recognize patterns observable at one scale may not be observable or exist at other scales, and some systems can only be studied indirectly as they are too small, too large, too fast, or too slow to observe directly. Students use orders of magnitude to understand how a model at one scale relates to a model at another scale. They use algebraic thinking to examine scientific data and to predict the effect of a change in one variable or another, linear growth versus exponential growth. Use mathematical or computational representations to predict the motion of orbiting objects in the solar system. The big difference in high school for cross-cutting concept number 3 is use of math to solve more difficult problems. A radio transmitter broadcasts a signal at a given frequency. If the broadcast frequency is increased, what happens to the speed and the wavelength of the radio waves? A. Increases, decreases. B. Increases, increases. C. Remains the same, decreases. Or D. Remains the same, increases. How does the frequency of a wave change the speed and the wavelength of a wave? This question specifically addresses an increasing frequency. Redefine terms as needed. Use diagrams to show different possibilities. How does a change in frequency proportionally change other aspects of the wave? When the equation above is balanced and all coefficients are reduced to their lowest whole number values, the coefficient for water is A, 2, B, 3, C, 4, D, 6. We are dealing with quantity. What are the big ideas for balancing chemical equations? How do we know when they are balanced? What does balanced mean in terms of a chemical equation? In this equation, what are some of the first steps necessary to balancing the equation and reducing the coefficients? How can you check your work? Here are 2 resources for teachers to get other perspectives on cross-cutting concept number 3, scale, proportion, and quantity.